you ever got an assistant, a virtual assistant, been really excited, prior to it been so overwhelmed, got so many things to do, and then you get an assistant and you just don't hand anything over to them, you don't know what to hand over, you don't have time to hand over? Well, today's episode is all about why it happens and what you can do about it. Hello and welcome to episode 257 of My TV. My name is Emma Mills and I help business owners go from solopreneur when you're doing everything on your own right through that messy middle of starting to get help, getting an assistant, getting a thriving and ambitious team around you, because that's the only way to get, as I would say, your head out of the dirt and into the clouds. And today's episode is inspired by real life, not problems, but just like real life situations we have with our clients who are overwhelmed, have too much to do, busy, successful, moving forwards, know that they need help. They get super fired up to get some PA support, and then when it actually comes to handing stuff over, they get stuck. They get like delegation block is like a really good term. It's just like before you have an assistant and they tell us about how busy they are, about all these things that we could do, and then when it comes to it, nothing comes our way, and it happens more than you might imagine. And for me, there are some really specific reasons why it happens, but I've got 2 or 3 solutions of how we can make sure you can it's almost like a dam that needs releasing of tasks, of getting into that method of delegation even when you feel too busy to delegate. So the 3 most common reasons why we get clients who are really, really excited to start, like this is the answer to all my problems, I'm going to hand stuff over, and then it's like radio silence. So 3 main reasons. So 1 is overwhelm, literally in that there is just so much to do. People get fatigue in their mind of actually, what I can hand over, because it all just seems like, as I've said in the last few episodes, one really long, depressing to-do list. And then as soon as you start to look at the list, you're like, well, all of these, I'm looking through them. What is the easiest thing to hand over? Because I don't want to hand over something that's then going to take me ages to start explaining, and then you just get in your head about it all and it all just comes to a halt. So like overwhelm is definitely number 1, and I totally get that, because you're in a place of so much activity. It's like, I've got no headspace left to go, right, my lovely new assistant who I know can help me and do lots, how do I get you involved in that? Number 2 is Nigel Bottrell calls it poor man's thinking, and I totally agree, is that sentence that we have all said at some point in our heads when we've either been frustrated, overwhelmed, in a mood that all of our team members are crap, which we've all been there. Not that they are, but we've all had that thought in our head of like, oh, everybody's doing everything wrong. And it's that it is quicker to do it myself. And there are millions of things which are probably quicker to do yourself because you know how to do them inside and out. But just because you can do something doesn't mean that you should do something. And that big difference between those 2 statements is, quite frankly, the difference between wealth in some people's businesses is the fact that they've gone, I'm just not going to do that because it's not the best use of my time. And so that quicker to do it myself, there's millions of things in this business it's probably quicker to do myself, but would I benefit more from somebody else doing it who probably enjoys it more than me, and most probably is going to take longer than I would doing it? Well, absolutely there is. Like, why would nobody's going to give me a gold medal for doing something quicker than somebody else in my office. Like, nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit about it. So why would you not give it off to somebody else who can look after it? It's not on your list anymore. Even if it takes double the time, why would you still not do that? Get the time back and use that for your most needle moving, big rocks, big business pushing forward tasks. Why would you not do that? Like that education piece, that mindset piece is one of the biggest triggers to offloading tasks. It's not with everyone, I know it's not, but definitely I'm just gonna do it myself. That is like the precursor to training yourself. I talked about training last week, training yourself into new habits of delegation, because one of it is that, you know, we start a business on our own, we're used to wearing all the hats, we do all the stuff, we wear the superhero cape and we go, I can do all of this myself, and we can, but it's not sustainable. It's not going to get us to where we want to be. We'll burn out, we get tired, we don't achieve what we want to. That's where it comes from, this kind of, I know I can do it. I know you can do it, but you should not be doing it. You should hand it off to someone else. And so So next time you think to yourself, it's quicker to do myself, also tell yourself you're going to earn less money. Saying that to yourself. And the third one, which is super understandable, happens to loads of us, is just you'll say, I don't have any time to hand things over. Now, there are lots of things none of us have lots of time to do, and there are things we do have time to do, and that is because we have made the time to do them. And so finding time to delegate stuff, it probably feels like the complete opposite of what you should be doing. You're creating more time to hand over things to somebody else when you're actually probably just thinking, I just need to get on and do it. However, to me, making time to delegate, to actually go, right, I know I can hand off X, Y, and Z, is just the same as all the other things we look to make time for, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's learning something or reading or doing my Duolingo, or delegation and handing off. Because the more you hand off, the easier it becomes. It is like anything in life. It's like, installing a new habit. It's like doing a couch to 5k. The more you do a bit, you just like, in 1 minute you're like, oh my god, well, she's already got all these things I've handed off, so she's got her own. Like, it gets easier, it snowballs. And so making time to delegate is so important in the very beginning. And so I've got these things, 2, 3, 4 things, there's a handful of things next that I think, and I advise all of our clients to do, to make the very most of them getting an assistant and not having that kind of deflated feeling around, I've got somebody sat here, now it feels like another job to give them stuff. So here is my framework of things that I think can help. So number 1, set a meet with your PA twice a week. Now, this shouldn't be an onerous, I haven't got all this time. Even if it's a 10-minute task download, catch up, a place to just like, what's the plan for the day? If you have any kind of team meeting, and if you're virtual assistant, like with us guys, it's remote, having them in on the Zoom call to listen, just some kind of touching point that's in the diary that is a focal point for you to aim for with things that are happening. And even if it's just to catch up on things that are happening, don't underestimate the value in bringing your PA into your world and them understanding what is going on right now, because from that they will also be able to suggest and help things for you. But having at least twice a week, having a video call, if you're local with each other, meeting, but having a video call in 10-15 minutes twice a week at times that suit you, just as a touching point. And if your PA is a good one, an exec PA, they will drive the meeting and ask you questions as well and suggest things and help. But having that in the diary is a non-negotiable. And of course, things happen, it can be moved. Having it as some benchmarks in the week of my check-in time with my PA who's here to help me really gets the mindset going of, I'm going to be speaking to her an hour. It forces you to be, it's like when you're going to buy a red car and then all of a sudden all you see is red cars. It's the same thing. It starts to help you get into the mindset of things that can be put onto your PA's task list. Number 2, give access to your inbox to your PA from the off. And even if in the beginning they're not necessarily actioning things, or you say, I don't need to touch my inbox at the moment, letting them have the overview of it, letting them see what's coming in, things that are happening. A really good PA will be able to start saying, I can help you with that. Can I reply to this? What about that? I've seen this come in, this project that's coming up. I can help with that. Like, if your business is a house, your inbox are the windows. Like, it's the windows to everything going on in there. And it is without doubt one of the easiest ways to go, I know I need help. I'm not entirely sure what best to give you. Can you do this? Can you do that? Which most often, most exec PAs are very, very adept at doing a whole wide range of things you won't even believe. But letting them see your inbox is a really easy way to take the pressure off you and to go, right, okay, Emma, here's my inbox. And over the next week or so of working together, they will be able to come to you with a list to go, right, I saw you involved in this. What about that? I've seen meeting requests coming in. If I book them in 45 minutes, if I start to get back to people, like, this is what I've picked up, can I start doing that? I've seen you have to get contracts back by such a date, or you have to create this tender, or can I help with this? They can also, from your inbox, pull a to-do list. So if your inbox is the kind of inbox where there's like, it's hundreds deep and you're never getting to the bottom of it, it's like so sporadic, you're replying to it quick wins, there's stuff sat below the line that you don't see again and you're not getting back to them. A really good exec PA can pull out of your inbox your to-do list, and whether that's just really simply on Todoist, or if you're using Gmail or 365, one of their very simple to-do lists that come with the inbox, them just starting to pull out a to-do list and helping you get them done, reminding you, asking can they help, suggesting, it for me is the very trigger to getting stuff done. So even if you go, whoa, this is too much, I don't want you to do anything in my inbox yet, please give them access to it, because from it they're going to pull loads of super PA information and they'll be able to wow you with, right, I've seen what's going on, this is some ideas of what I can help you with first, and it's going to make the job so much easier. Number 3, we have a running joke in our office that when in our group WhatsApp, our ops manager Matt will send a message about something really deep and meaningful, like, have you ever thought about why this happens, or what would you do if this happened? And I'll go, is that a shower thought? Which maybe is a bit of a weird thing to say, but there's a running joke that when Matt has a shower, he comes up with all of these really deep thoughts, these ideas for work, all this off the wall stuff. And to be fair, my shower moment is when I'm drying my hair. So when I'm drying my hair, I guess I'm kind of in a bit of a meditation of just drying my hair, just focus on that. And I actually generally will have a lot of content ideas, social media ideas for the business when I'm in this state of just drying my hair, because I'm in the zone. And so I'm sure lots of us have things, whether it's having a shower, drying your hair, just driving the car, we all get we have a task in our life that it puts your brain in this more creative mode, because everything else is completely silenced out. You're just focusing on what you're doing and you come up with all of these ideas. This is often when I think, oh, I must give Bex that. I don't know why I'm doing this with my hair, this is not how I dry my hair, but or I'll think, an actual example, last week our new brand manager sent through social media captions and posts, and I thought, okay, well I'll start to post some of those. Never did it. Obviously, of course I didn't. And then I was drying my hair and I thought, oh my gosh, Bex, Bex loves social media, she just needs to do it, rather than me thinking, oh, I've still not posted today. So while I'm in these modes, I'll often have ideas, so then I pick up my phone, I voice note Bex in our WhatsApp group and go, right, tomorrow we're going to talk about, can you help me start posting on social media the stuff that's being sent to us. So where I'm going with point number 3 is having a WhatsApp group, having whether it's a Teams message, whether you're using the chat on Gmail, whether you have a WhatsApp group with your assistant, using that functionality of voice noting when you have ideas is one of the easiest ways for me, because when I'm with Bex and we'll have a catch-up meeting and she'll go through all the questions she's got for me and she'll go, have you got anything for me? And I go, no, I think I'm all right. Now, there is loads of things going on and I'll always go, no, I think that's everything, I think I'm all right. As soon as we'll come off the call, or so the rest of the afternoon will pass, I'm driving home and I'll go, oh yeah, no, I should really ask Bex, can she help with that? Or, oh no, I should have said that before. So then I'll go, okay, and I'll voice note. And so when I'm in the moment, I'm not necessarily full of all the tasks to right, and I want you to help with this and that. But when I'm not in the moment and I'm a bit more kind of, everything else is to the back of my mind, I'm just driving home, or I'm drying my hair, or I'm having a shower, whatever it is, then I'm like, oh yeah, that's it. Why have I not asked Bex to help with this before? And I'll send her the voice note. So having a method where you can just easily voice note, type, whatever floats your boat on how you easily get your ideas out, having that available is really important. If you're only emailing with your PA, then for me, you just need a more creative outlet to get stuff over. Most often, sometimes I try and not do it in the middle of the night because I don't want to look weird sending stuff in the middle of the night. But I will, send a picture of something the night before and say, oh, tomorrow when you get in, can you have a look at that? Or, at all these different times. So having an easy communication method for me is one of the biggest releases of tasks, because I'm not only between 9 and 5, it's outside of those times when I have a bit more time, when I'm running, when I'm doing other stuff to go, oh yeah, no, Bex can definitely start work on that. That is really important. So having a communication method where you can easily send stuff across is really, really important for unleashing this dam of tasks that you need to get across to somebody else. So I know what it's like when you get something new, you're excited, you have felt overwhelmed, you've got loads of stuff to hand over, and then when it actually comes to it, it's like radio silence. You get like stuck. You don't know what to hand over first or what's going to be the least painful for you. And it's so typical of lots of people that get an assistant. So it's not only you. If you're watching this and going, yeah, I struggle with that as well. But my top 3, my framework of how to kickstart this would be to set a meet twice a week that you turn up to, even if you don't have anything specific to hand over, but getting into the mode of meeting with them, talking about what's priority, what's been going on. Give them your inbox. Like for me, that is the game changer. That is going to get them helping you. And the big thing around this is like a really good virtual assistant. In my business, or exec assistants, a really good executive assistant is going to be able to drive you as soon as they see your inbox. They can't do it if you don't. Like, obviously somebody needs information to be able to help you. They need information their way. But the inbox, giving them access to it, is without doubt the easiest way to let your business priorities, your life, all the stuff going on, open up to them. And a really good one will come to you with all of the stuff that they can help you with. Like that for me is the easiest trigger to get started. And number 3, make sure you have a WhatsApp group, or on Teams, or something that's not just sending emails to each other, somewhere where when you're in the flow, when you've come up with other ideas, when you think, actually, I wonder if she could help with that, you're able to just send a voice note easily and you want the least amount of barriers between your thoughts and getting it into his or hers task to-do list, like priorities for the day. And so yeah, it's really common that you need help but then get stuck at handing stuff over. And you know where I am, so if you would like to pick my brains anymore or need help on that, hit me up. And I hope it helps you to get your head out of the dirt and into the clouds, because in the dirt is having no help, and in the clouds is having an assistant who has access to your life to push you forwards and to pull work out of you. And so I hope it helps, and I will see you next week for episode 258. See you then. Bye bye.